maybe one of the more casual but sort of adaptable styles that we're doing today. Super popular. You see a lot of different kinds of women wearing it. It looks cool in a lot of different situations. And Mandy, you're just starting out by teasing the hair?
I'm kind of doing a little bit more like a rock fishtail, a little bit more fun, a little bit more playful. So I want to get a lot of teasing and volume on top. And this is an easier braid to do on yourself as well, because it tends to be more on the side of your head. So after I get some volume and get it teased, I'm just going to bring all of our hair over to almost like a side ponytail. So now that we have that volume in there, I just kind of sweep it over to the side as if I was going to do a side ponytail. You just split the ponytail in half, so you have two large strands on either side. And all you're doing is adding a little bit of hair from the outside of one strand and crossing it over to the opposite strand. Starting out this braid is a little bit more difficult. You don't see the actual effect of it until you get a little bit farther down the braid, but you do want to kind of pinch it in the middle a little bit tighter in the beginning to really get that braid to start off correctly. And you're just grabbing hair from the outside and flipping it over the strand to the opposite side. This one you can do on your own. It doesn't, just like the other braids, it doesn't have to be a perfect braid that you're working with. A little messy is fun. For Christina, I am kind of doing a more volume, messy fishtail braid. I'm going to mess it up in the end, but also if you want to do it kind of more clean and classic, you can do that as well. So just keep crossing those sections over from the outside and adding it over to the opposite strand. So you can really see that design start to show now that you get farther down your braid.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like you work it for quite a while before it starts to, I guess because the sections are so small.
They're so small, and then when you're working closer in the beginning, you're trying to get it tightened and for it to really start living in there, and so it's kind of getting a grip on your strands and kind of getting it all set in place, so it takes a while for it to work in that nape area before you start working down your actual braid. Once you get to the end, you just take a little hair tie. For Christina's blonde hair, I just use a clear one. And so that's the fishtail braid, but to kind of make it a little bit more fun and kind of go with the teasing and the messiness of it, you can go through and start kind of pulling it apart. And as you pull it, you make it a little bit bigger, but you also kind of have that messiness to play with, and a little bit more fun style to it.
And it looks really cool.